Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, Browns fans. I want to get your attention because what we're about to discuss could very well be a turning point not just for this season, but for the future of the franchise. It's about the current state of Deshaun Watson, the challenges he's faced, and the surprising developments that are starting to emerge. You all remember the hype around Watson when the Browns traded for him in 2022, right? The expectations were sky high. Cleveland was banking on him being the franchise quarterback, the player who would finally bring that elusive Super Bowl back to Ohio after so many years of ups and downs. But as we all know, his tenure in Cleveland has been anything but smooth sailing. From the moment Watson arrived, the team and fans had high hopes. After all, he's a former Pro Bowler, a talented quarterback with a skill set that could elevate any offense. But injuries, inconsistencies, and some off-season drama have cast shadows over his time here. Most recently, Watson suffered an Achilles injury that kept him sidelined for a good chunk of this season. And honestly, many fans started to think, is this the end of Watson's story in Cleveland? You see, Cleveland's ownership, especially Jimmy Haslam, has been pretty candid about how they viewed the trade initially. Haslam himself publicly admitted that trading for Watson was a mistake and that he was considering moving on from him at some point. That's a pretty stark admission from the owner, and it sent ripples through the fan base. But here's where it gets interesting. Just when it looked like Watson's chapter in Cleveland might be closing sooner rather than later, something unexpected started to happen. Watson, despite being sidelined, has been making positive moves behind the scenes. Reports from ESPN's Daniel Oyefusi have shown that Watson has been more involved in the team's development than many expected. Not just sitting on the sidelines, but actually helping the rookies, Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. That's right, even though he's not playing, Watson has been stepping into a mentorship role, sharing his experience, helping these young quarterbacks understand coverages, reads, and the mental aspects of the game. And it's not just a casual thing. Browns offensive coordinator Tommy Rees has gone on record praising Watson's involvement. He said that Watson goes out of his way to help Dillon Gabriel, talking through coverages and helping him see the game more clearly. That's a significant sign of leadership and professionalism from Watson, especially considering the doubts many fans had about his commitment or willingness to be a team player after everything that's happened. Rees also mentioned that Watson's relationship with Gabriel has been really positive, which could be a good indicator of how much he's trying to be a part of the solution, not just a player waiting for his turn. Now, pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. What does all of this mean for the Cleveland Browns? Well, the biggest subplot right now is figuring out who will be Cleveland's quarterback of the future. Is it Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, or Deshaun Watson? The team is clearly assessing their options, and with 2 first-round picks coming in the 2026 NFL Draft, the organization has a real opportunity to reset if needed. The question is, does Watson still have a chance to prove he can be the franchise guy? Or is he just providing valuable mentorship for the rookies while Cleveland explores all avenues to find their long-term solution? Looking back at Watson's time in Cleveland, it's been a roller coaster. The expectations were astronomical, and many fans believed they were getting a superstar. But injuries, inconsistent play, and some questionable decision-making on the field have made it a rough ride. His stats haven't matched the hype, and some of his on-field performances have left fans and analysts alike scratching their heads. There's also been the lingering question of whether he can regain his top form after the injuries and setbacks. And frankly, the team's recent struggles have cast doubt on whether Watson is the answer or if Cleveland should start looking elsewhere. But here's the twist that might give fans some hope. Despite everything, Watson's involvement behind the scenes, mentoring Gabriel and Sanders, could be a sign of a different kind of leadership, one that's about the team as a whole and about building a culture of growth and future success. It's not just about being a star on the field. It's about being a veteran presence, helping develop the young talent, and fostering a winning mentality. If Watson can come back from his Achilles injury stronger and more motivated, perhaps this season isn't just about winning games, but about setting the foundation for the Browns' future. And let's talk about the other quarterbacks on the roster. Bailey Zappe, who's been in the mix, helping to push the competition, and of course, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, the young guns who are eager to prove they belong. The Browns' coaching staff, led by Tommy Rees, is clearly prioritizing development and seeing how each of these players can fit into their long-term plans. Gabriel, in particular, has been gaining ground, showing flashes of potential that have caught the attention of everyone watching. His ability to learn from someone like Watson, even if he's not on the field all the time, could be invaluable for his growth. This season, more than ever, Cleveland is at a crossroads. Franchise has a chance to either stick with Watson if he shows signs of rebounding or pivot toward the young guns if they prove to be the future. The upcoming offseason will be crucial, especially with those 2 first-round picks in 2026. The Browns have the assets, the talent, and the coaching staff to make bold moves. But the core question remains, can Watson rediscover his top form and become the leader Cleveland desperately needs? Or will they turn the page and build around Gabriel or Sanders? It's a question that's on everyone's mind, and it's what makes this season even more exciting for Browns fans. Looking at the broader picture, Cleveland's recent history has been marked by a mix of hope and frustration. The team has had moments of promise, especially when the defense has played well, but the offense has often struggled to find consistency. The addition of Watson was supposed to be the spark that ignited a new era, but that spark has flickered at times. Still, the fact that Watson is helping the rookies and staying engaged suggests that there's still a lot of football left in him, if he can find his groove again. And if he does, it could change everything for Cleveland. The organization's outlook for the next few years is heavily tied to how they handle this quarterback situation. They are in a unique position with draft picks and young talent. The management's patience and ability to evaluate these players will be key. Browns fans, you know better than anyone that the AFC North is fiercely competitive. The Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers are always lurking, ready to pounce. So Cleveland needs to make the right call, whether it's sticking with Watson, giving Gabriel or Sanders a real shot, or perhaps even looking for a new face in the offseason. And let's not forget the fans. Browns fans are some of the most passionate in the league. You've endured so much, from the ups and downs of the franchise to the heartbreak of near misses and false dawns. But what's clear is that the team's culture is evolving. The leadership of players like Watson, even in a mentorship role, can be a catalyst for a resurgence. This season might not be about championships just yet, but it's about laying the groundwork, building resilience, and showing the league that Cleveland is serious about returning to the top. As we move forward, all eyes will be on Watson's recovery, Gabriel's development, and the decisions the Browns make in the coming months. Will Watson be the guy they hoped he'd be when they traded for him? Or will the future belong to Gabriel and Sanders? Either way, Cleveland fans, you're witnessing a pivotal moment, one that could define the next era of Browns football. And if Watson can rediscover his form and be the leader off the field that his teammates say he's already becoming, it might just be the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with hope, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see how this story unfolds. Thanks for being here, and as always, go Browns.